Okay, good morning everyone. So today I'll be discussing these. First of all, there's some students requested for this how to take a backup of application. So till now, what are you created in your application? So if you want to take a backup of that, see the process we'll be calling it as packaging. Okay, so packaging or export. Though in real time, every developer will not do. Suppose if you have a knowledge and if you get the requirement, you can also do in the real time. Okay, not a big issue. So the process is called as build process, or we can call it as export or package. Okay. See, for this, a complete widget is available. Just we need to use the widget option in order to take the backup. So in your application, what are the rules we define in the platform? So all the rules if want to take a backup. So just a simple widget will be there. Some 12 to 14 steps are there. I think 12 steps are there in the widget. Only thing is just to select your application name and rule set name automatically. So remaining things and all, what are the organization details, IDs, so tables created in the application. Every rule it is going to automatically take from the rule set. What is rule set? I'll be discussing in the next session. So let's see how to configure this product. Okay, so any product if want to generate, so the process is called as packaging. Okay, so backup is nothing but we can call it as packaging. And whenever we do this packaging, there are three steps we need to configure. One is in the packaging widget, we need to select all the options. And after that, it will be creating one rule called product rule. What is product rule means? In the product rule, will be containing all the instances will be selected. And also some manually also we need to define like what is the rule set and what is the version, minimum and maximum version. So like name we can give for the product rule. So that all it will be created, and after that from the product rule we need to create a product file. So the three steps are, so first of all in the packaging widget we'll fill all the required options, then it will be automatically generating a product rule, and from product rule we'll do some modifications in the product rule, and from that we are going to create a product file. See, this product file will be like a jar file which will be saved in a zip format in your system. So after creating that product file, you can save it in your local system. And in the future, suppose if you are uninstall and reinstall your Pega setup. Okay. So again, from next time, without creating all the things, you can just import that particular file. So if you import the file already, what are the data backup? So we have done the same data will be getting in the new application without manually creating from scratch. So we can get the entire application whatever earlier created. So complete rules will be automatically uploaded in the or imported in the new application again. Okay, let's see that process. Okay, so in order to use this widget, okay, you'll be having this developer configure studio. So that is go to the second menu and go to application, distribution. You'll get an option called package. So some widget will open and fill the details step by step. So already your application name or application ID, everything is selected. And what we need to do manually here is, okay, more about this rule set you will get in the next session. Tomorrow session we will understand what is rule set. So select your rule set name. Actually, if you don't know what is your rule set name, see in your application your division name is there, right? So what is the division name? Alpha Auto. So with the same name, a rule set name also will be created. So in the backend, any rules we define in the platform, it's a container. Rule set is a container. So just to select the name as your division name, whatever is there with the same name, rule set also will be created in the backend when application is generated. So just to choose the rule set name as your division name. In the down arrow, you'll be getting that. Just select that one, and version will be 010101. That you can see if you click on down arrow. Suppose in your real time if you have multiple versions is there, what is the latest version number it will populate. So then you have to choose that one. So here as of now we're having only one version, 010101. What is that version also in tomorrow session we are going to understand. Okay. Now click on next till the step number 12. Just to continue clicking on the buttons. No need to choose anything manually. All the information it will be selected by default. So just application, all the layers, all the framework and implementation applications will be selected, and built-in platform will not be included apart from that. So what are the user defined applications generated, those will be selected. Then click on next button. No dependency applications. Then organization, region and unit details will be selected. Then it will select the access group details, all the access group information. Okay, operate readies are not mandatory. In the real time, they can skip this. But even in personal edition, if you load this also, operate readies will not be loaded, guys. Okay. So actually, how to import that also I'll show you. And here work queues. Okay, what are work queues, work groups, and all you'll understand in the coming classes. Okay, we didn't discuss this, right? But we'll be understanding in the coming classes. Work queue IDs, work group IDs. That all don't worry. In the after some 3-4 sessions, you'll be getting these concepts. And then it will be taking these tables, all the tables in the application. Okay, rules will be automatically loaded, guys. Rules information you'll not get in this widget, but everything in the product rules also, every rule will be configured in the product rule. Some external databases we have. So by default, your external database name will be customer data will be there. That will be loaded, and built-in databases will be there. That also will be loaded. Okay. So your main database name will be there as a database name will be there as apart from PGSQL. One more database will be there, that is called as customer data. That also will be automatically added. That all no need to select, automatically it will be generated. All will be enabled, and then it will be having some resources rules. That all these are all built in, so no need to add the built-in rules. Any user defined are there means it will be selected. As of now we didn't define any user defined. In the coming classes we are going to generate. And finally click on finish button. So once we set up this packaging, so it will be creating a rule called product rule. You can click, you can see here the link for the product rule will be here. So if you click on this link, product rule link, so the rule will open in a new tab. In the next tab the rule product rule will open. So after generating a package, so it will be creating a rule called product rule. So in this some modifications we need to do. So what are the modifications are? Again, though we defined the rule set name in the previous thing, okay, it is already added, but once again we have to configure the rule set name. So that only one rule set we are using is alpha auto. So again, once again mention the same in the here rule sets to include you have to mention. So which is nothing but alpha auto. See here minimum version is nothing but 010101, and maximum version also in my application it is 010101. Okay, but in your system if you add more rule sets in the real time, if they see in the real time means they'll be whenever there is a deployment they are going to add a new version they are going to create. That you'll understand in the next session. As of now this is the maximum version, and minimum version is also same. And here if you want to exclude any non-version rule sets you can enable this, and all the associated data along with this rule set you can include here. So enable, you can both check boxes you can enable. Then scroll down, go to the end of the page. So here if you want to give any description for this product rule, you can give some description. Okay, some description. And one more setting we have to do is we have to enable this checkbox, because the rule set we didn't lock. So if you didn't lock the rule set version, we cannot take the backup. So enable this checkbox. So because our rule set version is unlocked in our application, so enable this, then only we can take the backup. So enable these allow unlocked rule set versions, then save this product rule. So packaging is done. So then after filling this basic information, now save the product rule. Now from this we need to create a product file. Okay, so from the product rule we need to generate a product file, and that is the backup file, and it will back up everything you created in your application. So everything will be added in that backup file, or which is nothing but a product file. So here, after saving this product rule, and just click on this create product rule, and again give a name, and click on OK. So associate data, everything, some instances, predefined instances and user defined rules, everything will be included in this. So once this slowly it will take the backup, and it will finalize that backup. So after that you can save it in your local system. Maybe when you save that, it will be automatically saved in the download path, guys, by default. In your system, check it in the download folder. Wait, but I'll show you when to click on. After finalizing is completed, then click on that, automatically it will be saved in the download path in your systems. Okay, so completed archive created, if you get means, then you need to click here to save in the file local means. By default it will be saved in the download path, it is going to save. Okay, by default it will be saved in the download path, it is completed. Okay, so this zip file, in this jar file and all, it will be saved in a zip format in your download path in your system. That is the process to take the backup. Okay, and suppose you uninstalled your application, Pega application, and if you want to reinstall it again, but after that try to create some test application, because in personal edition if you want to access that imported file, sorry, exported, if you want to, after the that backup file, if you want to import in your application, what thing you will do means, try to create a test framework or test implementation directly. No issue whether you okay, directly create a test implementation application, give some name like ABC or XYZ. And what you have to do means, in after you log into the test application, that is compulsory, we know, right, how to create an implementation application. From the wizard you will be using this application wizard, new application wizard. You can choose a custom, you can choose and give the structure as implementation, give some name for that, and after you open, generate some ID for the test application which you created. So after that, if you log into that application, suppose you are logging, you are already in the login, you are in the application currently. So what you need to do means, so go to this operator form. Okay, go to this operator form in the test application which you generated. So go to the operator form. Okay, but this when we have to do, okay, before that you need to import, right? See how to import, just I'm showing the screens here. So if you want to import the application, again go to this process, what are the file you have in the download or somewhere in your system. So here again go to application, distribution, you have to choose import, and choose the file from the local system, and the next two steps will click on finish. Okay, so in your system local file will be there in your system, so browse for the file and click next and finish. Okay, and after you import that, then what are the things is create I told you, right? See, this import also do after creating a test application only. Okay, before that what I said, create a test application, right? So create a test application and try to import the file in the test application. Then after that go to this suppose you log in with some admin@abc or something, some ID you created. So log in using that ID and go to that operator form. See, but your user ID will be for your application. User ID will be what are you generated for the test application. That will be the user ID, guys. So don't worry. What are the admin@abc something admin@xyz, what are you defined? That will be the user ID. But what you can do is, in your drop down, you have to choose your access group name directly. Choose the implementation access group will be there at Alpha Auto admin status will be there. Just choose that one. Okay, so Alpha Auto Alpha Auto admin status will be there. So choose that one, so that automatically, so what are the application you imported, that will be loaded in this platform. Okay, so directly, but only thing is user ID, even though if you load it in the packaging, your previous old ID's user ID will not be getting. The new ID which you generated for the test application, using that only you are going to log into this application. But everything except the user IDs, all the rules, when you give this access group name, so automatically all the rules you are going to load it in the, you have to select that option. Maybe some here ABC application administrators is there, means you have to select your application. So automatically you can access the, once refresh the browser after selecting this, save and refresh the browser. So from next time you can just access what are the application you imported, we can access in your system. Okay, so like that you can take a backup and you can import it in the, so present application you can import. Okay, or if you create a framework and under the framework also you can import that, no issues. Okay, so like that you can take a backup and you can give it a try, so that it will work in personal edition also, it will work. You can take a backup, and if whenever required in some other system, if you have a Pega, or in, if you uninstall and format, if you format your system and all, if you want to again take the again if you want to load all the rules, means this is the process you have to follow. Okay, so do this whenever you get time, if you, if necessary do it, otherwise not mandatory. Okay, if required or necessary in your system, then do these things. Okay, so that is about the exporting the data and importing the data. Okay, then apart from that, I'll continue with today's topic. So yesterday we are discussing about the local action, how to map it in the flow design we have seen. Okay, today I'll show you how to use the local action in order to configure in the user interface designs. Okay, in UI design, how to use local actions I'm going to discuss. So before that, one more thing I want to discuss before working on local action, how to work on some UI controls, like how to load images in the UI design I want to show you. Okay, so any images, like any small image or large images, separately some team will be there working on that, who has knowledge on the image designing and all that. Designing separate, who has that knowledge, for them the task will be routed. So what size of images they should design and all, separate team will be there for that. So your requirement is, so if any images if you want to load it in the UI, so how to load. Okay, so for loading images there is a control called icon or image control. In some versions it will be there as icon, in some versions it will be there as image. I think in the present version we have the name as icon, I think. Let me check, because in every version it will keep on updating. In some previous version it is image is there. Let me check in this version. I'm going to load image in the customer design. If you go to data display, you'll be having image is the name is there in the present version. Okay, again in the previous 8.1 or 8.2 I think icon is there, that's why I'm because don't worry, image or icon, in some versions it will be there as icon, in some versions it will be there as image. So anything, both is, anything is there, both purpose is same. If you want to load any images or small icons, so using this control we can load them. Okay, so, but before loading any images in the UI design, see, we cannot directly from local system to the section, we cannot load. Okay, so any images if you want to reuse in the sections, or if you want to load in the sections, so first of all we need to map these images to directory. So Pega directory we will be there. So Pega directory is nothing but to the server we have to load first, and from the server or from the directory we can reuse in the section, but directly to section I cannot load the images. First we need to load to directory, and from the directory we can reuse in the section rule. So in order to load image to the directory, there is a rule called binary file. Okay, so it's a technical rule, and using that, first of all we have to load to the Pega server or Pega directory, and after that, using the control, okay, using the image control here, we need to map it in the, or we need to reuse in the user interface design. Okay, let's see, maybe in my system some desktop image is there, I'm going to use that one. Okay, you can use any image if you want. Okay, so just I'm taking some sample image. You can use that one. You can use some image from your system. So for this, first I'm going to create a binary file rule. So it's a technical rule, like that any image if want to load to the directory, for every image separate binary file rule we need to create at a time. For one image, one binary file we can create. Again for other image, again binary file rule we need to create, because for every image separate name also we have to manually specify. That's why in binary file at a time one image only we can load. So open this binary file, and here I'm going to give a name. So you can give any name. And here directory, see for one application you can use the same directory name for one application. Okay, suppose if it is one implementation, any images you load in that implementation, you can give same directory name for all images within one application. Okay, so again for another image no need to give it. See, directory means some folder will be created in the backend. Okay, so under that folder all the images will be assigned. Okay, so I'm giving some name. Okay, so this can be any name, but any images from this application, if you are loading to the directory, so you can give next time also give the same directory name. And file type, see every image will have some extension. I think in my system it is PNG. I think, let me check. See, right click on image and click on properties. What file type it is, you can check it in the image properties. You can check. Okay. So I'm giving the file type and give it in lowercase completely. All the file type extensions we have to mention in lowercase. Okay, PNG is the format. So click on open. And now here we need to upload that file. So you can choose this location in your system. Where is the location? So I'm going to choose the file. So upload that and save the rule so that you can see the preview for that image. Okay, just I'm giving some image, but in your system whatever you want you can just use that one. So after saving you can also see the preview for that image here. Okay, I have taken a small icon like that. Any large image or whatever, browser is common. Okay, after loading image we don't customize the size. Before loading images only the design team separately, who has knowledge on the image designing and all, so they are going to specify the designs, that image size, height, width and all. So they are going to decide. Okay, so after loading we will not again customize the size, that height and width and all we are not going to customize later. Okay, and now the next step is in my section, customer section. So I'm going to add a new layout before the layout one. I'm adding a new dynamic layout before the layout one. So this will become layout one and the previous one will become layout two. And I want to choose a format called, generally any controls like a header options and all if I want to define, we'll be using the format as inline. So inline means like any number of controls until it fits the page. Any number of controls, maximum some 10 controls like that will be adding. Okay, but there is no limit until it fits the page. How many controls you want to add in the header of the page, you can use this inline to add the multiple controls until it fits the pages. So in this, now the starting one, the first control I want to add is image control. So drop the control from the data display drop down. Now open these image control settings. Here the icon source option will be there, which we need to choose as image. Then open these settings. double click on this once again. So here if you click on find option in your system in alphabetical order, what are the see in the alphabetical order we have given all a letter we have taken, right? That's why it is showing in the starting of the page only. But if you take some other character like if it is starting with some p x y like that, if you start the name, directory name or image name, it will be in between some pages, it will be there. Okay, so Pega contains some built-in icons which are used in the Pega application design. So if you want to use any means any images which are created with a different character, that is it, the different letter, if it is started means somewhere in the middle of the pages it will be there. Okay, I have given as starting with a letter I have given, so it is displaying in the first place, but always it will not display in the first place. So instead of that, if you know the image name, just now we created the image, right? So if you know the ABCIMG is the image name we have given, only your image if want to search, directly search with the image name, only that will load. Okay, it will not load any other things which are there in the built-in application. Only your image if want to display, directly type the name of the image and click on find. So it will only display your one. Click on OK. Maybe okay, selected here. So you can see the name, the directory and image name both are updated. See, we can also give it directly, but sometimes see if you want to give it directly also you can give, guys, no issue. Actually this is the directory path and this is the name, right? So if you want to give it directly also, if possible you can give, but make sure the format should be correct. So here dot is there, again if you miss anything and all it will not load perfectly. So that's why we'll be again selecting from the control settings we are going to select. Okay, maybe if you forgot these slashes and all, if you give any wrong, again it will not load perfectly, correctly it will not load that image. Okay, now don't worry, we'll never change the custom sizes, we don't update. Okay, always we'll go with the auto size only during that image creation. What is the default size and default height and width are there, so we'll go always with the default size. If you change it, it again the pixels will reduce, so we will never change the custom size, will never update. So click on submit, then it will be loaded in the UI design. This is small icon or small image, but like that any kind of image or any size image whatever you are going to use. So and wherever that particular image is required, suppose if you need some large image in the right panel here, so here we need to add 1.2 and inside that add this image control, and according to the size you can drop it in this also. So like that you can try some other examples. Any images you have in your application in your system, you can just load it in the Pega. How to load, just all this is the process. Always any image it is, whatever type or whatever size image, the procedure is common. Binary file will be easy to load the image to the directory, and from there we need to reuse that in the UI by using this image controller icon control. Okay, so apart from that, now we'll be discussing the other one again, the local action. Actually local actions in UI designs also will be regularly using. So maybe in the screenshots the image is different, display is there, don't worry. I didn't change the screens right now. Maybe in the screenshots maybe different image is there, and in the video different image will be there, don't worry. Okay, just steps are same, right? In some screens you will be getting the display as a Paytm, and some screens you'll get as a Pega. Maybe I will update now, otherwise if there is again any confusion. Binary file is already open, right? Okay, remaining steps all same. Okay, now let's work on the other control, link control. Again, link control also I'm going to use in the header part of the customer design. See, the requirement is I want to add a link control, and using in that link control, I want to load some local action page. I want to load, okay, because local actions when we'll be using some internal pages in application, if I want to load either in Flow or in either in UI designs, we can go for this local action. We can go. Requirement is I want to open some sign up form. I want to open, okay. So in the customer design form, so if a customer is new customer, I want to open a sign up form. So for that, I'm going to add some properties and some new design I'm going to create. That is section, and for the section, we are going to create a local action. We are going to create. Okay. So in the same section, so from the action drop down, you can add this link control next to the image and give a caption that is open link settings. I'm going to give a link text or link caption. So I'm giving some text as register here. Again, here the screen is different, is there? Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm keeping the same because again I need to change all the screens. I'm keeping the same image, don't worry. So add the control like that. So I'm giving some name as register here. Save it right now. We need to create a new UI design. So for that, I'm going to add one or two new fields. Some existing fields I'll be using, and apart from that, I want to add some few new properties I'm going to create. So use widget option whenever we create any new properties. Open widget option, property widget. Okay, some two fields I'm going to create here. So I'm creating two fields, username and password. Now go back to section. Once refresh Explorer. So add a new section now. And so design a section and add some properties in this. Okay, so in this, along with the new fields which I created now, I'm also inserting some previous fields also, like first name, last name. Actually, we should not use the single value properties in multiple designs, but in this it is a local action page, right? No issue. We are not calling in the fly action, right? Customer connector fly action we are not calling, we are using in local action. So in local action, no issue, you can use the single value properties in local action, and in some other fly action you can use, no problem. So I'm calling these fields here. Okay, actually for password we can change the type in the design level. Open password settings, double click on password field. Okay, once save this. Double click on password. See, by default the type will be text input, so you can change the option to password. See, password if you change as a option here, so it will be encrypted format. Okay, like a dot option, that is user cannot see the value given by the user. So it will be like a dot format, it will be hidden format, it will be the value. So save the design. So for this I'm creating a local action. We know how to create a local action. Go to process category, click on fly action. So open this. See, after giving this name, design name, so go to action tab. So choose the indicator as local action. And you can try this save action you can perform. Try to create some table with these fields. And see, when you create an activity, see in the local action tab in the post processing, you can perform this save action. Okay, so you can give a try this. See, any save action if you want to perform. See, earlier we know how to perform save action for the connector fly action. Same way, any local actions if you define and if you want to perform any save action, so that activity rule we have to map it in the this local action in the post processing you have to map, because after submitting the data, so that action save action will perform on the so table. So any business logic written for these local actions, so we can call it in this post processing you can call. Now, so after saving this local action, now go to customer design and link settings. So here we need to set event and action. So double click on link settings, go to actions, create an action set, and see event type will be click here. And action name, in order to display these local actions, launch local action is the name of action. See, the action name is launch local action. If you click on this, we need to fill the parameters. See here, three displays will be there. See, when you're using this local action type, so you'll be having three types of displays: replace current page, modal dialog box, and overlay format. Overlay we don't use, and replace current also we don't use. Mostly we'll be using the target option as a dialog box. So first of all, select the local action name and change the target to dialog box, modal dialog, and some other settings you'll be getting. No need to change any, just those are some default formats and default templates. Just to choose the target as a model dialog, so click on submit. save this design. Now you can execute this customer design. In local action also you'll be getting buttons automatically. So if you click on the link here, so you'll be getting your see dialog box means it's in this format it is going to display. Okay, and they can provide the input and submit the form. So like that any local actions, but local actions and all, any web page if you open, see the local action, if requirement is there then only will open the internal pages in application. If requirement is not there, just they will be configured in the backend only. If user has a requirement to open that design or open that internal page, then only they'll open that linked pages or internal pages they're going to open. Okay, so not only in the link option, so there are some other scenarios are there, menus, so button control sometimes, or if they click on any some internal pages if they want to open, mostly menus and links and buttons, these three regularly they'll be using. Okay, so whenever they want to configure under which menu or which button display want to open any page or anything, so accordingly they need to, in the event and action, they need to click on the event type as click, and action name they need to give it as launch local action, and fill the parameters which page should open when they click on that link or menu. Accordingly we'll fill the parameters. So in the coming classes, in order to configure menus, there is a separate rule is there, some rule called navigation rule. We will be using that in the next classes, not today, but in the some other, after some 5-10 sessions we'll be working on the navigation rule also. Maybe after 4-5 sessions we'll be getting the topic again, then I'll discuss, because in the next classes we'll also have a similar rule called harness. Okay, see local action display formats, it will be only supporting three options only it will support: replace current page, dialog box, and overlay format. Okay, like that there is one more rule in the application in the future will be working. Mostly in the Monday class or next classes, Monday class will be working on harness, or maybe in the next week classes will be working compulsory. So at that time I'll discuss more about harness. Okay, so harness means mostly we'll be using if I want to display any pages in a pop-up format in a separate browser window or in a pop-up window. If I want to display, harness also will be using, that is in harness also we will call sections only. See like in connector action, local action, we are using sections. Same way in harness also, harness is also container of one or more sections. Okay, that I will discuss in the coming scenarios I'm going to discuss. So any questions still here? First of all, any questions till this topic?
Hi, hi. This is Vipra here. I have a question.
Yeah.
So we uploaded the images right now, right? So
Okay.
if I have to change that image, so where can I see that uploaded images? Is there any place where we can go and see, or we can if I
particularly
had to change that Paytm to another?
see if want to update means in the same control settings you can again see. First of all, if you open these, if you want to see all the images, if you go to the control settings we can see, right? Again in the settings option, if you go any other image if want to load, just click on find option and replace the current image with other ones. So these are all some built-in images, like that. If you load any images in the application, so all the images will be available here. Okay, so if you want to change any, just select the image and click on OK. It will be updated.
Or okay, these are built in, but for
Like
example, if you want to delete totally that Paytm from here, from the
we
application
can't
itself, how do we do it?
delete the binary file rule. Okay, we need to delete the binary file. So if want to change means again all the images will be
Yeah,
deleted
yeah.
directly only. If want to delete means delete the binary file. Binary file only, right? We'll upload the image to the directory. You can
Yeah,
delete the
where can
binary
we see
file.
that binary file?
Technical, it's a
Where can we
technical
see
rule.
that?
Technical rule it is. But technical rules, some rules if want to open. See rules if want to open, either it will be in the App Explorer, from App Explorer, but some rules will not show in App Explorer. Like binary file, if you want to see again, you need to go to record, see sysadmin rules, few technical rules. organization rules, security rules, and all you cannot see under the App Explorer. Particularly, I think binary file also. If want to in future, if want to open or if want to delete the particular rule, go to Records Explorer, Technical, Binary File, and here you can see in the top only your first rule will be there. Open the rule and you can just delete, and whenever you delete the rule you'll get a, it will ask you to give a comment and all. You can just give a comment. Okay.
We can't have question here. So here, so that is a delete option. But if I have to change the Paytm to something else in this binary file instead of the Paytm, or maybe I uploaded it wrong.
If you want to delete, see within the same rule, because name is given for the image and file type is given, right? See, if you want to delete this Paytm only means you can't delete again. Delete the rule, then it will be deleted. If you want to change in the design means I told right process. From control, this is the control.
We can't right? Change. Okay.
Control.
We can't change the binary from the binary. We can't change the Paytm to something
because
else.
For every image we have to give the file extension, file type, and image name and directory, right? So that cannot be updated again directly. Image only separately we cannot update because file type can be different for every image, right? So file type cannot be updated, right? So we have to delete.
If I have the PNG file, maybe I have two PNG files.
Separate. But by mistake I uploaded. What I told the point in the initial only. For every image, create a separate binary file rule. Okay, we can't edit that one. In Pega, any rule we cannot edit, right? So they don't give edit option for any rule. Okay, so if want to edit means what is the only thing is upload the file. Okay, if the suppose file type is same means if you upload again it will be replaced with some existing image. But mostly file type is same means you can do, but file type is different means you cannot do. Okay, suppose if you upload any some other image it will be replaced, that it is possible, but completely file type is different means I cannot update. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So apart from that, any questions? Any questions, anyone?